This past legislative session, the Salt Lake Chamber supported a program designed to get unemployed Utahns back to work and to help Utah businesses expand. The Utah Back to Work program now being implemented by the Utah Department of Workforce Services. And here to give us some insight is Bill Starks. He's the Unemployment Insurance Director with the Utah Department of Workforce Services. Bill, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I think first question, the Utah Back to Work program helps two groups, the unemployed and then is also businesses, as I just mentioned. Let's begin with the unemployed if we can. Someone who currently is receiving unemployment insurance benefits, how does this program help them?
Essentially, if somebody's on unemployment insurance and has at least 10 weeks of unemployment benefits left on their claim, and they've made less than $15 an hour, they would be eligible to participate in the program. It also would focus on a youth element. They don't have to be on unemployment, but they too would be eligible to participate in the program.
Yeah, this job market has been tough for a lot of people, and you mentioned younger employees. These are the ones that still have to find a way to pay to go to college. They still have to find a way to put gas in their car, pay their car insurance, the things that a lot of us worry about, but they're also the first to get squeezed out of the market. So there's a provision in here specifically for them.
That's correct. That group would be 18 to 24-year-olds. Again, they don't have to be on unemployment insurance benefits. We received some specific grant money for that particular program. We're targeting about 700 individuals to participate in that, and about 2,500 to participate in the subsidized wage program for the unemployed.
So all told, it's about 3,200 then, 2,500 of the $15 an hour range, and then for those younger workers specifically, another 700. Now, another component of this plan allows for employers to combine these funds, which are ARA funds. These are federal funds that the state is directing to get these unemployed workers back on the job. There's a way to piggyback with another federal program, and tell me how employers can take advantage of that.
Yeah, back in February, the federal government passed the Federal Hire Act, and what that does is it allows employers to essentially have a holiday on their Social Security portion, the 6.2% of the employer's matching on that individual for the remainder of 2010. If they retain that individual, they could receive another $1,000 general business tax credit. So if they combine that hiring incentive with the back to work incentive, potentially if they hired somebody in the month of July, they could get about $3,700 in incentives for.
Well, that's a pretty good holiday to have. You want to get those people, get them back into the workforce. One thing I think we forgot to mention a little bit earlier is that there are some limitations as far as how deep into your unemployment insurance benefits you are to still qualify. Obviously, the state saves some money if you have a lot of time left on those benefits, and the incentive for the individual is to get them back into the workforce. What exactly is the cutoff date there?
You know, basically one of our primary objectives is to lessen the draw on the unemployment trust fund. So what we're doing right now is we're targeting individuals after they've received their first payment of unemployment benefits, sending them a letter, notifying them of the programs, seeing if they want to participate. Essentially, anybody that makes less than $15 an hour and it doesn't have a job deferral. In other words, they have a specific date they're supposed to return back to work at, are generally eligible to participate in the program. They also have to have a dependent child because the funding is coming from ARA, TANF, stimulus funds. That is a requirement to participate. They have to have at least 10 weeks left on their claim to qualify for the program. Like I said, if they're interested, after they see the information, they can contact our office and sign a participation agreement.
As with any program, there will be some regulations, some fine print things that we need to make sure that everyone qualifies. So if I'm a business owner, rather than someone who's currently looking for work, but if I'm the business owner and I'm thinking about adding to my overall employee count, want to expand, how do I find out if I can take advantage of this opportunity?
You know, we've tried to make it as transparent as possible. Essentially, all they would have to do is contact one of our employment centers. We have individuals within every employment center that is aware of this initiative, and they would sign a very short participation agreement. It just basically tells the employers the guidelines of the program and how it works. Essentially, they would get $500 at the point that they hire an individual. If they retain that individual for 3 months, they'll get another $1,500 payment. There's no requirement that they retain that individual, although we encourage them to keep them. But at the end of 3 months, they would get the full $2,000 subsidy.
And this is businesses of any size, small business, large business, just not a government business.
Correct. With the exception of temporary help companies and employee leasing companies and government entities, any employer is eligible to participate.
All right, so if I'm an employer and I'm interested, or if I'm looking for work and interested, the place to go, jobs.utah.gov. It's the Utah Back to Work program. Bill Starks, Department of Workforce Services, thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.